We on.
Numbers 14, verse 17. And now I beseech thee, let the power of the Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, let the Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
Yeah, so you receive like judgments for things you've done, like in just like previous lives, you know. Alright, and alright, another the thing I like wanted to say, like there are examples of people like in the Bible, alright, that they were always falling into their lot, but there was an example of like both like Saul and Paul, like Saul, for example, he was the first king of Israel. Alright, so of course, like at some point, like the Lord was like dealing with him, like he was doing the Lord's work. Like, you know, but at a certain there was
he was a killer.
But his final lot was someone who was like Samuel was just like the Lord's not dealing with you anymore. You fucked up.
Yeah.
But then there was Paul, like he thought he was doing the Lord's work. Like he was like seeing to it that all those Christians were being like put to death and all that. Alright, but he ended up being like one of the most important like apostles even after doing all that. Alright, so the Lord he mixes it up.
You never know what the Lord actually doing with your spirit, man.
Yeah, like there was like the Dallas camp. Like the guy that used to be the head of the Dallas camp, like no one you would never think that like he would but then like you'd see someone like that like just like starting out and he doesn't like talk that much, or that he's not that good of a speaker, but then like he becomes like a head of a camp. And all the like I've seen like within like the past like 5 years, like all these like camps that like start out like at first they're all like even me like they're being like a secluded area. Like first they do they wouldn't like I didn't like the first when I put my hand on the plow, like I would only do like studio shows or like lessons. I wouldn't be like full-fledged like out there like in the cheap concourse. Or like if I like was on the highways and byways, it wouldn't be like in that crowded of a place. Yeah. Like so you can still.
I had one. This is about the reincarnation. This is Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourself together that I might tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Oh, the strip.
Point, like he would like his sons and like his offspring and all that, if they were going to like just like die off and like go to heaven or whatever, how would that like concern them?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that would be like talking about like where they're gonna be. Or then you have like people that come back as those like respective like patrons and what have you. But yeah, it still applies to them for that reason.
This is a precept for you because the spirit is a if I can say this, not to cut you off, like the elders are going there too because they measure your body once your body leaves you, you actually lose some weight because it's about your spirit. And what a spirit is energy.
That's why you get cold too.
You get cold and calm. That's why when you die, even when you're finna die, like you get cold because that spirit is leaving. That fire.
Like that song by Wyclef Jean.
God. Alright, so I got a couple of those back to back. This is Isaiah 55:8. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord.
That's right.
That leads to Ecclesiastes 3:11. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahawah maketh from the beginning to end. Then verse 14. I know that whatsoever Yahawah doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And Yahawah doeth it, that men should fear before him. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And Yahawah requireth that which is past.
Hey, good script, all right?
So yeah, like you all. Yeah, and that's why you like keep on coming back, or to just like fall into your lot. Alright, and we like and that's talking about like Adam, I want to get into the subject of like Adam being Melchizedek. Like first he was Adam, then he was Melchizedek, right? Then he was Isaac, right? Then he was King Solomon, and then he was Yahawashi. Right? There are like certain there's certain clues in the Bible. Like Salakia for not knowing like all the scriptures off the bat, but that's something I acknowledge my spirit can receive that knowledge. Yeah, because like first he was Adam, right, and then Melchizedek was a king of and his kingdom he was a king and a priest, and the name of his kingdom was Salem, which means peace, and that was King Solomon's name. All right, that's one clue. All right, and with like Isaac, like he escaped like being sacrificed like by his father, all right, but he ended up being sacrificed as Yahawashi. All right, and the prophecy with like King Solomon talking about him like being punished if he goes off. King Solomon, King Solomon like did, and then Paul talked about Yahawashi being like a more upgraded model of Adam. I don't remember that scripture, but it's in there.
Khan, if I could say something, that's why I was getting into that earlier, man. Like when you read it with a spiritual eye, man, you can see who people was in the reincarnation, man.
Even our elders, Alba
Bivens, yeah.
was John the Baptist, and he brought it back.
Yeah, also
he was
Elijah.
It
might have been like Enoch, I don't know.
They said King Marshall, King David.
Yeah. King David, if you can receive it.
Yeah, in that picture, King James kind of looks like Marshall.
Yeah, don't it? The black king, yeah, kind of. Well, not the black King James, you know what I'm saying?
This is Matthew. Oh, you want no.
Ezekiel 37. All right, read it. Ezekiel 37, verse 12 reads just like this. So prophesy and say to them, this is what the servant Yahawah has said, I will open your graves and raise you up from your graves, my people, and bring you to the land of Israel. And you will have to know that I am Yahawah when I open your graves, and I will raise you out of your graves, O my people. I will put my spirit in you, and you will come to life.
Can I say something specific on that now? When Yahawashi was risen back, it wasn't him that just risen back. The graves opened up, you said. The graves opened up, so the spirit was put it back in the people that died. The spirit got put it back, so what's that? That's reincarnation right there.
And that's how it's going to be when he comes back, man.
It's going to be people just risen up, man.
It says, and I will settle on you, on your land, and you will have to know that I myself am Yahawah, have spoken it, and I have done it, declares Yahawah.
Hey, Salak, if I can say something right quick, that's another cut on those so-called Jews in that land, man. He just told you that the Lord gonna bring us back, man. So they can't be the people, man.
With that being said, he was talking about he wanted this to be prophesied to Israel, to his people. He wanted them to know that he told he's gonna bring them back. He's gonna wake them up. He's gonna put his spirit inside of them. Share that one. I just wanted to share that one.
Oh, okay. The water. All right.
I got a precept.
Since we on that one in his conclusion.
Okay.
Like for example,
Yeah, reincarnation is in the scriptures. That's why Second Ezra said, woe is me, who shall save me in that day? Because he know, even when we just went to Genesis 49, the first chapter, he said, I'm going to tell you about all this bullshit that's going to happen. To all the prophecy, because this, everybody understand, this is, you always come back. You live out your judge. You live out your judge.
I tell you that in Job, yeah.
Job. Okay, this is Matthew 24 and 7. No, in 5. And many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahawashi, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be a famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. He was telling the apostles that, man. He was telling the brothers he was with. Why was he telling them that right there? He was telling them about for the latter days, the time we live in now. Look, because they asked him, and they said, man, Matthew asked him, when are you going to come? He's like, man, I'm going to come when you hear rumors of war. Because he don't know. That's what they don't understand. Yahawashi don't even know. But he know the signs. He said, well, here are the signs I know of. I know it's going to be rumors of war. I know it's going to be nation against nations. I know y'all going to be out there struggling, but y'all still pushing through the best y'all can. Look at us now, man. We got brothers that keep waking up, man. This is the truth, man. Hey, y'all ain't with the truth. We ain't with y'all neither, man. Hey, look, y'all can believe in reincarnation. That's something simple. Brothers is waking up, man. Brothers saying, hey, brothers not. Hey, where's the Jesus? Where Cesare at, man?
If I can add something, they don't believe in reincarnation. They believe in like the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, but you believe in? Okay, right.
They believe in Santa Claus.
How the fuck did Santa Claus keep coming back then? They believe in Christmas.
That motherfucking reincarnated.
That nigga every goddamn.
Where the fuck that nigga be every other day?
Where the fuck that nigga be at 3? How the fuck he this old?
But look, they believe the devil down there with a pitchfork and shit.
Yeah, bring it out, huh?
Ezekiel 37, verse 21. Then tell them, this is what the servant Lord Yahawah has said. I will take the Israelites from among the nations where they have gone, and I will collect them together from every direction and bring them to their land. I will make them one nation in the land, one mountain of Israel, and one king will rule over all of them. And they will by no longer be two nations, nor will they be divided any longer into two kingdoms.
Because that actually goes both ties. You got it, Ty.
That northern, that southern kingdom, how Israel split.
Jacob.
It's not gonna be the split no more. It's gonna be one whole.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and the rocks.
And this is Acts 5 and 30. This says, the God of your fathers raised up Yahawashi, whom he slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath Yahawah exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And that kind of coincides with what he was saying before that scripture, how we're going to come back into our nationality, what we're going to know. This is Zephaniah 3:9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the Lord, so I can call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
14.
And that was just what I had on hold that coincided with what he said.
Matter of fact, no, that's the root.
Root 3. Topic up too much. Get that out for a minute. Yeah, I was trying to get that out for a minute. Bring it out. I'll bring it out.
This Isaiah 11 and 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros.
Hold on. He said the second time. He said the second time. So what that mean? Because he saved us out of Egypt, but he's talking about the second time though. I shall now be known as who delivered y'all out of Egypt, but the north country. Keep going out on that.
From Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up
Or Genesis
inside
25
for
and
the
23.
nations, and shall assemble
Lord said unto
the
her,
outcasts of
Two
Israel, and
nations are in
gather
thy
together
womb,
the
and
dispersed
two manner
of
of
Judah
people shall be separated
from the
from
four
thy body.
corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Yeah, because we're going to be made in one stick. What the brother just read, that nation going to come. We shall not know
And
as
the one
two
people
nations,
shall be
but
stronger
as
than
one
the other
nation now.
people.
Because we all brothers, man. We all brothers. 36 and 11. Bring that out.
This is Ezekiel 36, verse 11. And I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will
And
settle
the
you
elders shall serve the younger.
after your own estates, and will do better unto you. Then at your beginnings, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahawah.
No. He said I would do better. And read that back.
It says,
Real quick, hold on.